What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and today I'm recapping the Friday Night Smackdown that took place on October 11th, 2024, and it took place in Greenville, South Carolina. And it's the fallout from Bad Blood, and we are on the road to Crown Jewel. Excuse me. And as you can see, my good friend Canadian Yorker isn't able to make it tonight because he is out of town. So hopefully he'll be back and well this coming week for the Monday Night Raw broadcast. So let's get to it. So we see the return of Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso making his return. We saw him return at Bad Blood. Jimmy Uso making his entrance to start off the show. He welcomes us to SmackDown and said he's been on the show for 6 months and he was put there by his little brother Solo Sikoa. Jimmy said he didn't have the balls to attack him to his face. He got jumped from behind by his bloodline. So tonight here in South Carolina, it's all about him doing what he's done his entire life, kicking Solo's ass. He gets interrupted by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns says he's usually your OTC, likes to run it thematically, but tonight we're going to change it up a little bit. Roman asked Greenville to join him to acknowledge Big Jim. He asks the crowd to turn it up and go again, and they oblige. He tells Jim that he understands where he's coming from, but he's not an older brother, so he doesn't understand this revenge. He said he's not a wise man. He said he doesn't come up with creative, manipulative plans. That's not him. He's the tribal chief, and that means he takes what his. And for 4 years now, that's exactly what they've done. He called his shots, and he delivered and had the money, the power, and the respect. They had the championship around their waist, money coming out of their pocket, buying houses. It didn't matter. He doesn't like where they're at right now. He doesn't like his position being out of control. He told us that he is the greatest of all time, and he meant it. And Uso pies up and says they're not, though. He stands here in this ring and sees a chief with no tribe, no garland around his neck, and that Bad Blood. He came back because Roman needed him, not because he asked, and they need help. Jimmy said he knows one person that they can get help from, to which Roman Reigns says, "No, ye." Jimmy Uso tells them to listen and says he'll forever be his tribal chief, but he's the only one in the family that still acknowledged him. Jimmy Uso leaves in silence and sadness. Excuse me. Big Jimmy Uso leaves in silent sadness. So this is an interesting angle, guys. I feel like Jimmy is going to try to go to Raw and recruit Jey Uso. I think that's the only explanation. I think it's going to take some time for Roman to, say sorry to Jey, and Jey needs to say sorry. That's just the thing. So I feel like down the road, Jimmy's going to try to persuade Jey to come, but Jey's just going to keep saying no. And I feel like eventually Sammy and Jey Uso, I feel like Sammy is going to come and help Roman. I'm not quite sure. Sammy also needs to give Roman an apology as well, because he basically betrayed the bloodline. Well, he had to at the Royal Rumble, if you guys don't remember that. But, I'm just interesting to see how this angle will go. The question is Roman and Solo going to have a one-on-one match for the tribal chief position at Crown Jewel? That's my question. And is Cody Rhodes is Solo really, really done with Cody Rhodes? We have to see what happens. So let's get started with the first match of the evening of the Friday Night Smackdown. Excuse me, we got Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight going one-on-one for the WWE United States Championship. Andrade is at ringside for this one. Knight is in control early. Both men are down in the ring, clambering to their feet. Left hand jab from Elway, circling, blocks a kick. Manhattan drop, sets up a lateral, putting boots to Hayes in the corner, up on the second, spelling his nose, dying elbow. Nope. BFT block, scissoring kick followed. Final cut, still no. A little back. Elway Knight gets him with the BFT, retaining the WWE United States Championship. And Andrade talking a little crap to Carmelo Hayes after the match. And I kind of knew that LA Knight was going to win. Question is, who could dethrone LA Knight? So later on in this show, Nick Aldis actually set up a final match between Carmelo Hayes and Andrade because they're still tied 3-3 in their feud. So they said whoever gets that win gets a title shot. So LA Knight could defend it against Andrade or he could defend it against Carmelo Hayes. So we have to see what happened. So yeah. All right, so LA Knight defeats Carmelo Hayes by pinfall with the BFT. LA Knight is still your United States champion. No, honestly, no surprise there. And yes. All right, so moving on, we got the next match, but the next match, which was supposed to be a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill against the Meta 4, Jakara, Jackson, and Lash Legend from NXT. Um, the Meta 4 makes their entrance, but Kevin Owens interrupts with a microphone in his hand. Kevin Owens said that he was told not to come here tonight. Everyone wants to know why he turned on Cody Rhodes when it's Cody that turned on him. His mic gets cut and grabs the commentary headset. Cody Rhodes is here. Security and road agents keep them separated, and Randy Orton actually comes down to calm his friends down. He goes to the ring with Kevin, ends up knocking him down out of frustration, and KO backs off, clenching his mouth, upset. So this is an interesting angle because clearly I think. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to talk too much about the backstage segment. Kevin Owens attacked Randy Orton in the backstage area later in the show. But I think that they might set up Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel. Oh, well, not Crown Jewel, excuse me. But at some point down the road, Cody Rhodes obviously is going to face Gunther for the Crown Jewel Championship. So we have to see when they're going to have, Kevin Owens feud with Cody Rhodes. Obviously, they faced off against each other and Cody Rhodes actually won. But I'm interested to see what Randy Orton's angle in this whole storyline is. I feel like maybe Randy could just have to end up picking a side. He could team up with Kevin to turn heel on Cody. He can team up with Cody. But people are saying, oh, Randy Orton, he's going to turn heel on Cody. People have been talking about that for so long. But I'm not sure what to think. But Kevin Owens thinks that Randy Orton is taking Cody Rhodes' side. That's why I think Kevin Owens attacked Randy Orton later on in the show. But we have to see what happens. But we got Bianca and Jade defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship against the Meta 4. Jakara, Jackson, and Lash Legend from NXT. And you got Trick Williams in the crowd watching this match. Chelsea Green and Pepper Nivens are at the ringside for this one. Meta 4 taking it to the champs to start. Quick tags, working it. I don't understand this. What this was the fastest championship match ever. Like the Meta 4 taking it to the champions to start. Quick tags, working Bianca over. Spinebuster for 2 from Legend. Deep 2. Jade barely makes the save, passing Bianca to the floor, and Chelsea Green gets into it and gets blasted over the desk with a boot. Good. That's what you get, bitch. Back inside, tag made. Big boot set her up. Bianca and Jade hitting the wheelbarrow DDT, wheelbarrow suplex combination on Jakara Jackson to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So, really quick match, but there was no doubt that I knew that Bianca and Jade was going to retain. So we have to see what would happen. This coming Monday Night Raw, Bianca and Jade will be defending those titles once again on Raw against Damage Control. So we have to see what could happen. Damage Control could possibly beat Bianca and Jade, don't get me wrong. But we have to see this awesome match. Obviously Bianca has history with Damage Control. Jade had somewhat a feud going with Damage Control, but that was back when Dakota Kai was around, but we have to see what happens. Alright, so moving on. We got Tiffany Stratton, my girl, and Nia Jax walking backstage. And we see Cody Rhodes tell Cody Rhodes to calm down and get him on his bus and get out here while he talks to Kevin Owens. Enter Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Nia gets in the mic and gives credit to Bayley for a hell of a fight last week. She even broke a sweat, but just like every worthy contender she found, she ended up on her back, realizing that no one on this planet can beat her. Nia Jax said she's going to annihilate Liv Morgan just like she did Bayley, and then Tiffany is going to cash in on her. Nia Jax kind of put Tiffany in and said, "It's Tiffy time," and they get interrupted by Naomi. Naomi says the only reason Jack retained her is her broken down Barbie helped her. Nia asks if she's here to challenge her one-on-one or to get beat in a tag team match. Naomi said she doesn't need anyone's help and she'll beat her here and now. Nia calls for a ref and the referee answers, "Enter Raquel Rodriguez," followed by Liv Morgan and Dominic. Liv says she's actually a little upset because they came here to make an example of Nia, but she has her hands full, so instead they're gonna hang out and watch her lose her match, just like she's gonna lose at Crown Jewel. So we're gonna see two heels go at. We're gonna see two heels go at it. So that's crazy to see two heels go at it. And talking about this match, Nia Jax and Naomi in a one-on-one match. Naomi steps over, ducks a lateral, slides under, mute kick off the ropes, sunset block, rising injured, just barely tags her. Whip reverse corner body avalanche off the rope. Nia Jax freight trains her, cover for two. Nia Jax trash talking a little bit at Judgment Day. Nobody home on a senton and both women are down. Slingshot tornadoed to the floor and Naomi is feeling it. Tiffany Stratton is gonna blast her with the briefcase, but Raquel Rodriguez takes it away and Naomi lays Tiffany out with a kick. Back inside a headbutt cuts her off and Nia slams her down. Raquel runs interference. Liv with a cheap shot with the briefcase. Naomi gets her out of the corner. Naomi with a teriyaki powerbomb on Nia Jax, and Naomi with a huge upset win over Nia Jax by pinfall. Wow. And post-match, Rhea Ripley actually comes here and lays Raquel out, chasing after Liv, but she runs into Nia in the ring. Rhea boots Jax down and takes Morgan down for punches before turning to blast Dom off the apron that Judgment Day gets away. So Naomi, man, with a huge win over Nia Jax, and we have to see if Naomi could possibly get a title match against, obviously Nia Jax in the future, but we have to see what happens here. Wow. So the whole, I just gotta say that, do you know what this trio of Raquel, Liv, and Dom reminds me of? It reminded me, it reminded me to those days when they had Dolph, Big E, and AJ Lee. Honestly, Big E not doing anything, just a bodyguard. Raquel's literally not doing anything. I mean, like, the whole point with Raquel is to protect Liv, but yet Rhea Ripley still comes and they're just running away like a bunch of scared bitches. Going on to the next segment, we obviously, Carmelo Hayes is walking backstage with a bag of ice, complains to Nick Aldis, and then that's when Legado del Fantasma rolls up on Nick. Santos Escobar says he's seeing a pattern here with Andrade and Carmelo having a permanent spot in the title line. Aldis reminds Escobar he came up short when he got a title shot and he's just waiting for him to bounce back. Santos said he's not just talking about himself, but about Electro Lopez and Los Gaza. And then Nick says there's going to be a mystery tag team match. We might see the debut of the Motor City Machine Guns next week. So that might be their tag team opponents. Solo Sikoa cuts a promo holding the garland of the Tribal Chief. He says Jimmy might be his bigger brother, but he's the Tribal Chief and he will acknowledge him. And we obviously see DIY and Street Profits are bibbering backstage. That's when we see Kevin Owens attack Randy Orton. Alright, so moving on to the main event. We got brother versus brother. After getting taken out by Solo Sikoa months before, they're finally having a one-on-one. They're finally having a one-on-one match. Jimmy Uso versus his younger brother, Solo Sikoa. Solo braves about being the Tribal Chief and demands Uso acknowledge him. Jimmy gives them a slicing right and chops, pass into the corner, uppercut, more chops, pass into the corner, boot up, big elbow, low bridge, sends Solo to the floor, and Uso dives on him. Back inside, Solo yells at him and says he's not little anymore, and he chokes him in the ropes. Jacob Fatu with a cheap shot, fighting over a suplex in the ropes. Big lateral from Solo on the floor. Fatu works him over some more, and they go to break. They should actually go to break. Solo blasts him with the OD to Ricochet, jawing at Jimmy, taunting him. Another OD to Ricochet, blast him. Uso on the comeback. Super kick, diving crossbody, only for two, taking the all-new, all different bloodline off of the apron with a lateral block to Samoan spike. Samoan drop connects cover for 2. Fatu runs interference. Solo Sikoa hits the Samoan spike on Jimmy Uso to win the match. Solo Sikoa defeats Jimmy Uso by pinfall. Post-match, the Gorillas of Destiny beat Jimmy Uso down, but Roman Reigns makes the save. He clears the ring and starts trading hands with Solo, but Jacob Fatu cuts him off. Hip attacks blast him. Jimmy Uso back in the ring. Fatu with a super kick, diving moonsault connects, and Tama Tonga are at it with the OTC again. Samoan spike to Roman. Jimmy Uso and Roman recover. Uso telling Reigns we need him as the new bloodline puts their ones up. They need help. So yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, I think that they're going to try to persuade Jade to come back, maybe Sammy, but we have to see what happens. So Solo Sikoa defeats Jimmy Uso by pinfall. And that would do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. In terms of grading, I give this show a B+. I actually loved it. But anyways, that would do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Bruin Steel. If you haven't done so, check out my partner in crime YouTube video channel, Canadian Yorker. Unfortunately, like I said, he cannot make it. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. The link will be in the description of this video, as well as our WWE Wrestling Bros channel. It's our wrestling channel that we did. Be sure to check that out as well. The link will also be in the description of this video as well. But my name is Bruin Steel. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. See you guys later. Peace.